like anytime that like in real life somebody recognizes me, it's like, oh, so, honey, give me a minute. Oh, Asmongold, big dick. Yeah. And that's it, you know? And it's always guys with gray beards, you know, late 20s. That's usually what it is.
Aren't you like only like 32, 33?
33, yeah. 33 is a very big difference than 23.
It's probably like 40-year-olds though being like, haha, you're so old. More than half of my audience is older than me, and I get people being like, you're dying soon. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know.
If I go on YouTube and I see This Is It by Asmongold video, bro, you can't retire, man. Just make a video saying, I'm not retiring.
Yeah.
And then just talk about why you're not retiring.
Uh-huh.
I bet that would farm views 100%. That's a good ass video.
You think so?
Yeah, because everybody else is retiring. So I'm like, hey man, I'm not.
I don't really, I don't really think about retiring or anything like that. Yep. I never worry about that kind of stuff. Obviously, you know, something crazy could happen. Who knows?
If I have to take a break again, I will probably quit forever. Like, unless it's like some kind of crazy, like a health thing or whatever, I'll quit. Because it's obviously at that point, you know, it would have happened like 4 or 5 times. I've tried different ways to handle things and deal with them. So if it continues to be that stressful, it's something that I'd have to move on and do something different with my life, because I would be at that point ruining my life.
You've never thought about retiring ever?
Oh, no, I used to all the time.
When did you think about retiring? Also, Emmy, have you ever thought about it as well?
I did, yeah. Well, whenever I thought about retiring, I never thought of it as like a super near future thing.
Oh, I did.
But I was like 2-3 years, and that was when I was doing the constant like just chatting collab stuff.
Ooh.
Like I do like doing those streams, but there was a point I was doing them like 3 times a week, and I was like, man, but now that I'm doing like 70-80% gaming content, I've been a lot happier.
Yeah.
I think that at some point I will take a big step back from streaming, but I don't think for a long time, maybe like 4 or 5 years minimum.
So then you'll be like, what, 30?
30, yeah.
You'd be really old then, like us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I used to be like, man, like 30, that's like crazy. That's like, you can't be on the internet anymore. But then,
Right.
I mean, there's people like Valkyrae and Lily Pichu who are still doing pretty well, just chilling, doing their own thing. And I'm like, well, I could do that.
Like with YouTube, I think it is also different. Like that's why I wanted to focus more on YouTube, is I feel like Twitch definitely has like a younger trend.
Yeah, I think it's because like with younger people, like a younger streamer, it's like you're watching them experience a lot of things for the first time. It's more interesting. But like an older streamer, I feel like it's more about like chilling with them. I don't know if that makes sense.
Here's a really good way to look at it. Super easy. How many popular Twitch streamers have gray hair?
I get that.
Yeah, but
okay.
That's a good one, right?
That's true, but like anyone who has gray hair would have been kind of too old to get into Twitch when it started anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I feel it's because I feel like everybody knows YouTube, but nobody knows Twitch. It's too like too obscure.
That's what I'm saying.
I still feel like when you're that old, I feel like most of the people that will watch you will be people that have been around for a long time, but that means like a lot of other people who are around for a long time will have like moved on with their life, and it might be hard to get new viewers at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I'll let you know in 20 years. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's not necessarily true. It just depends on how you do your content. Like, for example, George Carlin was popular for his whole life. You know, he was like 70, 80 fucking years old, and people were loving it. A lot of the reason why I think people fall off is because they get off. I've done this for 5 years. I want to start a family, and I'm going to be more casual with my content. And I think that's amazing. That's great, because that's the natural like way of life. The reason why I think some people fall off and aren't successful anymore is because they never really knew why they were successful in the first place. If you can't understand why people watch you, then you can't understand how to get people to keep watching you. I think that's really what the issue.
That's good as fuck advice. I like that.
Yeah, I would say that that's the way at least I look at it. I never really worry about, losing relevance or anything like that. I think that there will always be a group of guys that want to listen to another guy talk about video games and fucking bullshit. This will never get old. It will never happen.
Yeah, you're in a pretty good niche to do long-term content creation.
I feel like people's shorter lifespans are people who tie their entire relevance to a certain game's success.
Or I feel like people who tie their identity to being edgy, or like they only like talk shit on people. Like it's kind of different than drama creators. Like I don't know if I should name specific
this would
people.
Be the point where if we were off stream, we'd be like, oh, like this guy and that guy.
Okay, so
exactly.
People that tie their identity to being a piece of shit, I feel like that audience gets tired of them really fast and moves on 100%. To the next one, compared to someone who makes content based around something that they enjoy.
Like a click, the same goes alive. Like a world where we all thrive. Like Emiru in a Kirby pile. Like the chat, it comes alive. Like, oh. crazy flow, like a degenerate king, like Tectone, who we don't know. Like Tectone, who we don't know. Like the laughs that fill the night, like the memes that feel so right, like Emiru's endless Kirby pile, like the joy in every bite, like oh, 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 like Asmongold's wild show, like a degenerate vibe, like Tectone, who we don't know. Like the moments that we share, like the chaos in the air, like Emiru and her Kirby pile, like the fun that we all dare, like oh, like Asmongold's crazy flow, like a degenerate king, like Tectone, who we don't know, like the degenerate king, like Tectone, who we don't know, like a degenerate king, like Asmongold's crazy flow, like a degenerate king, like Tectone, who we don't know. Like the laughs that fill the night, like the memes that feel so right, like Emiru's endless Kirby pile, like the joy in every bite, like oh,